Hallelujah. KKBK, you are number 1 on my TikTok. Afishiapa. Joyce Yabua, Solomon Kwansa, Derek Boateng, Akwaba, Afishiapa, user ending 15, Sofo Poku, Sofo Poku, Akwaba, Ohini Achampong, Kofi, Yusuf, Patience, Michael Epton, Akwaba, YouTube, and draw commenter, Muntumumbozi. Rose Azampana, Udiedo, Galvanize, Falila, Linda Sapong, Akwaba. Pepe. Papa na yo, morning go. Papa na yo, morning go. Yedinu pepe. Yedinu pepe. Yedinu pepe. Yedinu pepe. Yedinu pepe. Yedinu pepe. Mama Fee, Sister Ekwa, Kweku Sam, Hagar at Hagar, I can't pronounce your last name, Emperor the Capo. We now we're TikTokers. Akwaba. Murubo. Ishon ni afishiapa ba mempe copyright in Murubo Masun. Dancing all the way. When the ringing loud. Jingle bell, me and friends, dancing all the way. Oh, well, fun it's to ride. Hey. Oh, me and friends. Dash into the sun. Got your glasses on. Woo! Oh, jingle bell, me and friends, get on the way. Funny it is too. Glasses on. Jingle bell, me and friends. Call a pro. Abatu yesu bio. Ejonya me wato ye. Wama fe batu ye. Ako a pro. Abatu yesu bio. Ejonya me wato ye. Wama fe batu ye. Hallelujah. Amen. Hallelujah. 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 Apro. Abatu Yesu biom. Ejonya me watom ye. Wama fe bato ye. Akwabo. Mpom to them. Afisha pa. What's in the 24th? Me mohana afisha pa. Avia tuya yezini pepe. Mamona frisha po. Avia tuya yezini pepe. Avia tuya yezini pepe. Morning call. Papa no yo. Morning call. Avia tuya yezini pepe. Yezini pepe. Akwaba. Yezini pepe. Hey. Yedinu pepe. Ewobio inyibia. Eba. Yedinu pepe. Yedinu pepe. Iwiniyo, ewiyo. Yedinu pepe. Akwaba. Mimpeda mobonum ya copyright. Akwaba. What happened then? Moboba. Jingle bells, me and friends, backing on the way. Jingle bells, me and friends, singing on the way. Glasses on, dashing to the sun, road with glasses on. Oh, bells are ringing loud, everywhere is brown. Oh, jingle bells, me and friends, backing on the way. Akwaba, yanko. Singing on the way. Oh, what fun it is to go abroad. Abatu Yesu biom. Ejonya me adom yen. Mafi batu.
Dashing through the sun, on the road with glasses on, all along we go, laughing all the way.
You understand why I will keep going in and out, because I don't want to catch no copyright, but the song is so good that I want to share with you.
Glasses on, oh, jingle bells, me and friends, swinging on the way. Oh,
Austin, hey!
bells, me and friends, swinging on the way.
Young fight. Afisha pa. Me pede mo boy mu kesi sumu boy I'm copyright.
Glasses on, all along we go.
Bob and then Bow with them, Nassau.
Loud, everywhere is
Musra, in your musro. I feel for Arabic, Master Sanyama P.
be your friends, swinging on your
Yama P. I've met the Yama Crofon or better.
glasses on.
Jingle bell, me and friends. Madam and Mania right, Miss Abon.
It is to walk on the road with glasses on. See ya.
Alcohol up wrong. Waba to Yesu, bium. Ejonane, wato ye.
Mama, fepa.
Akwaba. Minyan kama bama, opo copyright. Akwaba, a quick one. We ever music abazi. Music dokono ni abenkwana wachichi. Yes, imperative them who has music. Moponcho. Dem a makeno. Wami mitrimuno. Oh, I make your day. I'm a master of life. Yo, that will cost you a pizza. Oh, sorry, Froby more Froby ati. My classmate be music for say some. Muponcho all we and some namunko. Yamada, more life. Okay, so like I said yesterday in the morning and the evening, I think it will augur well for all of us to intentionally campaign with reason and decorum. Or they na yezi igu yezima campaigning na yerbeyen. We have to be mindful. We have to be demure. We have to be tactful. And we have to be policy based. I'm going to try to henceforth do that. And I am both sending this as a plea to everybody to adopt this decent sort of politics. And I'm also sending it as a freaking warning to all those motherfuckers who think they are going to find any sort of diverse means to get to the candidate Kennedy Ajapong for 2028. Oh, this is a promise to a threat. You will have another thing coming. I wouldn't give a fuck who you are or what you are, even to my life. May you sue, papa. In the that, maba sounding one in my one. No, new one sitting second lady, Samira Baumiano, Africa Krabanon Bazi. And I think so far I'm loving the chill if you people freaking come at Ken or me, it will offer you. See, wahala, I don't dey sleep. Make nyanga no can wake me. Sure you understand this parable? Me, I be wahala. I be woto. I don't dey sleep. I dey mind my own. Biko nu. Sure, find respect for yourself, oh. Yanga, make you find respect for your ass. Just left the man they call KENNEDY AGYAPONG, left farm. Make you just left farm. Go do your campaign. Well, I am still asking the same plea from the Ken camp. Please, don't stoop low to start any shenanigans. We have better things to do. The Ken camp, we have better things to do. The energy you are going to waste on these weasels and the stupidity they would want to come to throw at Ken, who is obviously more successful than their flag bearer choice. We are looking for jobs. I don't want to go there. I'm just saying, let's all learn to be decent. I am going to. You just saw how I stopped myself from going down that lane. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be done. We are going to be right, or we are going to be right. And I want you to understand that on this Ken campaign, we are going to either win or we are going to win. Juliana, I was sounding a word of caution to your Samira that you this Juliana Mensah, when did you put up any camera to campaign for Bawumia? Today you have mouth to come to my page to tell me that I should not insult. In case you did not hear the English words I was using, I said I am reiterating the fact that everybody should be decent, but that's your Samira. You see, these are the people who are going to fucking piss me, to come and blast every conversation that is going to not look well for you. Don't come and piss me. I just said, Obianye decent fucking campaign. Okay? How many times have you put, who are you? Who knows you? Let me go and see how many subscribers you have. Let me see. Hey, listen. Hey, please don't go there. Just do your campaign and I don't know, maybe you missed you this was probably an oversight because you write good English. Also, do your campaign, not insult. Do your campaign for your husband. Don't bring Samira and Dr. Bawumia to insult them for due respect. Okay, Martin, I'm just saying I'm not going to insult them. If I am harsh, I take it back. Merry Christmas, Juliana. You see, I pinned your thing. I'm not going to insult. I'm just sounding a word of caution. Juliana Mensah. Sorry if I was too harsh. You can tell that my walls are up. I'm not willing to take any foolishness from that camp. So forgive me. Okay, so yesterday I said opportunity, it comes but once. It comes but once. So irrespective of the circumstances or the reason or the what happened or the global whatever. It is only fair that I am as an Akan. Tribalism, I would say Mosumu Fantini Biara flag bearer for NPP. Since I have here swing state now, we carry so much weight. Who wins or loses? Indian or Western region. I think it is fair for me as a human being. Now, I'm in my country. I'm a city. Even missing near Mawaye in the papa and puma office there. Why as my back a biama. Me pedo obin tram. Pepe ni be a was or camera or advocate ama Kennedy Japan. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I just haven't seen one. If you have seen one, kindly send it to me. 055. Mobile next 3 in later. I think it's very doable. Why not? Rebecca unimpa epeda wo fan. I was into other easy class no ni on fan. Sema fan there epeda ka there oh nimpa corona wasn't urban one yazi with the economy. On here there back them. More de ya kan there. Say can ba them no be economy. Can is a woman no kwana so oba ono aha no zinyama bafa. And we will be sending the same message. We don't necessarily have to come and insult or be the people to peel, or we have to be policy driven, focused. Yeah. In the this is my new year resolution there. Maybe a decent campaign, devoid of insults. Obey as in papa. So I'm a talent in ya on your see, I am out of my comfort zone completely. May we was try and do this. It's a challenge. So what may I shall say? Mr. Day, second in Japan. So what man of Mawa be a president, the atrium of flag bearership or be a president. In Chobobwa, Usane, Inya na yedo be to the Rollins. Yes, Ghana. Now you hear them dictatorship, now you hear them a show, now you hear them unconventional, undemocratic. Yes, now you hear. And if we really want to argue it out, probably na you hear you don't hear because some of them democracy is too expensive for people like us. Very. If you me come nil na, we chain order. Kennedy Japan all good to be the uncle cry so be later be do uncle. Or say, we are minister and TDI. Should you come to the office anytime you want, my friend, you are fired. Hey, I sent Donald Trump in action. I sent Donald. Malami millennia. Appear to keep millennia. Obagano operating. Oh, millennia Obagano operating. Operating. Me keep criticism. Operating Fabram. I said, compare for be done now. Hey, compare a for be not done. This is the president we are looking for. Booting motherfuckers out of office. Yes. We are minister today. We have trust. Moving right on. When I posted the thumbnail, of course, I didn't leave it standing by itself. I did a small write-up on it. And I said, here's a detailed step-by-step 4-year guide for Kennedy Agapong, assuming he becomes the NPP flag bearer for 2028. assuming in some way me backing say ebem say Ken and a fan of flag bearer and I see all sense in majo in cultural constitution. Man can say idea was say NPP for this so if you never me kwasi asem ma me say asem we me ba beka wo video we mu no a detailed step by step 4-year guide me dey ma Kennedy Japan assuming say NPP for ehu ni ami hu no mo man to no as flag bearer for 2028 sans me ami beka me say on non-fund reconstructing because he has to restructure the party. He will have to heal apathy and he will have to ultimately galvanize Ghanaians and the NPP supporters to ensure victory in 2028 elections. For Kennedy Japan, you are not looking forward to becoming the flag bearer. This conversation is off. So remember, remember my comparison say na Kennedy na we swear. Membo obi adin Kennedy na America. Ti wo pesa won ka obi foforo de a. Nya me page so na obeba beka kokoso TV na ka wo. Me say second no nyame dome na ye fan flag bearer no nsɛm a meba abɛkeka kyerɛ me sɛ implement it just say yeah by implementing this comprehensive guide yeah me bodam edi me nyansa ketewa bi no edi ahyehyɛ no if by implementing this comprehensive guide Mr. Kennedy Japan can effectively restructure the NPP, he can also rebuild trust among NPP members and every Ghanaian citizen. And after doing that, he would have positioned himself as the ideal candidate to lead Ghana in 2028. If I me free, send your baba NPP for flag bearer realm, me free because as far as I'm concerned, he is the best option. As far as I'm concerned. Inti me share say senka NPP for call ese sound me be say inka first year ya ye wo me ya ye ni po be flag bearer na ka sa nipa no wa hyehyɛ in 4 years send your be but ye nye ni sa minim time amoko mo congress o se mo den but se mo ko in 2 years I mean say I think DCM so say MMC says why for no come in 2 years. So I'm thinking if and some earlier it should be extra early. Why? Because I'll say yeah who especially say party no a pure said yes away a casualty. Now NPP party is a casualty. It's enough time for the whoever will become the flag bearer to work on the party. Whoever will become the flag bearer. My choice is my baby daddy. And so therefore, I tailored this for him. Feel free to copy if need be, but I did this purposely for him. So let's start. Maybe not. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Do you know how many? Okay, yesterday I said that. I was going to say, do you know how many pickups? Okay, so let's start. I said, assuming, supposing NPP4 would know outright who their next flag bearer is. And in my instance, I am opting for Ken. In Kameka said, this is the 4 year, because that's how much time you need to heal such broken pieces, like the NPP has been shattered. But in any event, to say more early Congress, it's not as early as this next year. I Ebema tentatively 4 years for whoever becomes a flag bearer to work extremely hard to get the party united and moving forward with the common goal of winning our. And yes, I'm going to say this, but then Ken, who is my preference, the winner flag bearership in Semia young, it was only 4 years here. You now have to intensify it and do it an abridged version in 2 years, okay, or 3. So on like on in a perfect world, I would have said my first thing for the first year. Yeah, assume you say it here. Kennedy Japan, you found a flag bearer and dada. Okay. Care for na minimum so. And she said, Yafa Ken dada. Yeah, fa Ken umpa Ken. I was so to say a fawa say and I would be here fast track everything to go smoothly. May say year 1 or when you become flag bearer, you have to concentrate on rebuilding the NPP foundation. The NPP has been shaken. Wow, so whether we like it or not. And just as Shamango, Senya, oh, no, thank you so much. Shamango said, "Ya uko now told you one but answer obenya be that same replica of fruit a fesa when you see it, it's so you salivate, you crave a bite of it or an apple or whatever. No, no. Either say ye di and a yenya abano, and I say ebe pro, ebe pro. Na epra ade fefefe saa no epra na aba no efiri prɔyɛ no mu aba na sɛ prɔyɛ no ɛkɔ gu nkyɛn ɛma aba no firi mu ba a wotutu fam na wode ahyɛ hɔ anaa woadi amango no awie aba no wodɔ aba no a wohwehwɛ bi ɛnso kye sɛ wotutu fam na wode aba no hyɛ hɔ wode hyɛ hɔ a first day no ɛmfefɛ. Second week na enye mango dua besu mango enso echa saa die na efe na epro ye na yenye mu aba na ye san dia ye no efefe ema ne bro kan die no so ehọ na NPP ye and me nyanse me preference obi abetumi afa ne ono so me se Kennedy Japan na se fa no obetumi di akosa abɔhyɛ asase na reasons a ɛma me di choose no bɛka ne no ɛnɛ deɛ me fa ne sɛ yafa Ken flag bearer ne wi na nka nyame ayɛ adoma flag bearer no yafa no next year ya nka nneɛma ɛwɔ sɛ ɔyɛ ɛna me say ɛwɔ sɛ ɔrebuild NPP party na ɔset foundation no solid. He will have to conduct reconciliation meetings with all fractions within the NPP. Especially, he will have to have meetings with those who supported other flag bearer aspirants in 2024. I don't want to mention names. You know, all the NPP flag bearer aspirants of 2024. And I'm saying Ken must, assuming yet only in the flag bearer, he must make sure, say, obey meetings, especially with those who supported into all those flag bearers from. And I miss biom second na yafa no a ɛwɔ sɛ publicly or acknowledge grievances ɔno ara ne deɛ ɛna within the party and commit to addressing them. Mɛma ne mbɛka nkyerɛ yɛn kɛkɛ sɛ ɛna me wei na ɛyɛ me ya ɛna wei nso si sei ɛna wei nso si wei na wampɛ ɛna wei na ɔmo kɔɔ wrong. Ɔka ne nyinaa wie a Kennedy Agyapan yɛsrɛ wo. We also need you to have the best solutions and show that you are committed to addressing each one. And yes, we would you would because I need power into me person make on once and patch any won't mean leader. In TSRO, you need to do that. Ebio I was second and I have flag bearer. A fee in print. I was second of forming an all-inclusive national unity task force. Ebajo manka say operation recover all a you there be ceremony di na. Menko wia obi atem. Me say second and you have a flag bearer. And you can or ye ni amaka ni wia e was say of forming operate all-inclusive, all hands on deck. Obetumi afrɛ no in quotes National Unity Task Force. National Task Force with representatives from every single region and faction to bridge gaps and ensure a cohesive message. Second, me wo meni so sɛ nea yafa wo sɛ wo na wobɛ flag bearer wo so fa wo sɛ yafa wo na start yɛ saa nneɛma we. Okay. 2, me say Ken ɛwɔ sɛ wo restructure NPP Party's leadership. Ɛwɔ sɛ wo restructure. Was said your flag bearer in praying immediately restructure the NPP party leadership. 1, you need to replace non-performing regional and constituency executives with dynamic and grassroots connected leaders. Can patch out in game. For you to be able to restructure the NPP party when you become the flag bearer officially, you will need to replace non-performing regional and constituency executives replace them with dynamic and grassroots connected leaders. We are enhance internal democracy. Enhance it. Ye bibi ebema internal democracy no ejina ding aye papa emu ashekena. Enhance internal democracy by reviewing NPP Party's internal election process to ensure fairness and transparency. Again, your flag bearer, ma sadie no enye se ekwaya dada ya defa ba akuna we okoye 2024 no. Says that process na mo fa so de there is already a question mark. But Say, and no need to file flag bearer and put out by immediately now say delegate system no. But I think you should start advocating for delegate system system. Okay. Eta so miensa, Ken, say a fan say when you file flag bearer. CCA. You fan say first year. I was who engage the grassroots. Youth need them who say we engagement. Grassroots quite vast than now. Good morning, Solomon Kumsin. Make us engage with the grassroots. Again, this is year one. Who found won't say, when I have flag bearer at your starting regularly, and yes, say, yeah, 1 year to election. Now we are listening to you. Now we go be beyond the stress and the rest that be from this fresh year. Yeah. Regularly visit constituencies. Again, regularly visit constituencies. And who visits our constituencies? Yeah. Focus on areas where NPP lost support. Constituencies no we be now, but what shall say? Concentrate, focus, zoom in on all the constituencies that NPP lost their support in the just ended general elections of 2024. Rebuild trust with polling station executives. And only try say, even if you delegate system if you are, now say send your vote, digitized. Now say your best akasa line here you vote 2028. Yeah. And you can polling station executives. Say rebuild your trust. Vice versa. We will build trust in them, say, and I'll be rebuild the trust in electorates and say, cheap polling station executives. And was say, we will rebuild the trust so our volunteers. And I'm be chat around 10%. South Africa or the four, maybe be channel. And so, Fabino. Because metumi abeka abaya bi omuade asemwenra and be at the same lines. So when one person gets slighted, it still can cause you. So you need to be present enough to rebuild trust, not only with your polling station executives, not only with volunteers who come forward with their services, their finances, their presence, all of it. But most importantly, you also have to give a listening ear to your loyalists and their concerns and provide support for their activities. Can I hear? And yes, we were pragmatic ideas and quantum and conformity to Abama, baby. How are you making your polling station executives feel, your volunteers and your loyalists? Are you listening to their concerns? I know you went on the listening tour. Are you living up to the promises that I know for a fact you gave them? And it is also necessary you go back to listen some more to their concerns and provide support for their activities. Number 4, Missy Ken say your fan say when you for flag bearers, you see it here. You need to develop a clear vision for 2025. I feel na BBI so that we need a clear vision. Hama Ashan Crofoni Timan Grassen Dawson, a Jumano son, and Chassis. So please do us all this favor and develop a clear vision for 2028. You need to launch a comprehensive Kennedy Agenda 2028. And also, I was saying hashtag Kennedy Agenda 2028. We need to launch this Kennedy Agenda 2028 manifesto, not just a Kolanchi Dino. We are going to need to launch this comprehensive tagged name Kennedy Agenda 2028, but it will be a manifesto that will prioritize economic growth. Can't you? Your manifesto from kicking should prioritize economic growth. It should also prioritize job creation for which you are known. You also need to prioritize healthcare. You are doing amazing there already with the machines. You are doing great, but now you are a flag bearer. Education, Ken. My India banchi, India bro. Oh no, but simple. India banchi bro. Banchi as you starting. India no bro, but simple. Bags do as Bokaka Chama. Free SHS for irrespective of what the other party will do, whether they will review it, whether they will cancel it, whatever they will do, it's their own. I will say whether it is still free or now paying schools. My India Banchina Ibenyawo ethanol, Ibenyawo generosity of feeding all the secondary schools from your pocket. Do this and like, do you want the avalanche? Win with an avalanche, not a landslide. Avalanche. Launch it. Now, my education. Share our nurse a mindset. Emma when is banny we are. Ken, our need to see abstract tests. Make sure that what kind of social responsibilities of these big companies work a notch up. Our Ghana gas CCI. It was abstract tests. Let it go a step further. These secondary schools, these boys and girls, they need boys and girls of America society. Recreational centers for the education. It's not just the books they are going to read and the curriculum and the syllabus. And please add in there things that are going to change the youth's mindset in education. It's not just the scholarships. We are always making our children think so. No, let's create awareness that baby by really living it. Because you see, residency, eczema, teachers, headmasters, headmistress, like police, whatever, in dead rural areas, and just supply them solar so that when they come there, they can live the life of Accra, also air conditioning 24, all of that, and see the change that you will make. Care needs to, your manifesto must prioritize decentralization. Although prioritize economic growth, although prioritize job creation, although prioritize healthcare, although prioritize education, and then you have to prioritize decentralization. Okay. You will also have to appoint a competent team to oversee the drafting. But your man can't cover. Edano papa nezinibi. Yɛnhwehwɛ mmɔframma a wɔmmbɔ adze. Ɔno nso nkyerɛ dɛ yɛhwehwɛ nkwadaa nkote a wɔyɛ sluggish daabi. Fa ho afra ma ɔnyɛ diverse. Appoint a competent team to oversee the drafting of your vision, incorporating suggestions from all party members and citizens. member microphone kasa and go. Change the norm. As the crown microphone won't be free more what's in a fiend. Ne antidote na Mazurama on Kennedy Agyapong. 5. This is all year one in a perfect world. First year. Down a flag bearer and first year your mama see ye. In Kansan you do 2018. Now what happened? So the last of the first year recommendations, Missy. Oh, Mensa do. I'm a mitra on papa. Number 5, Missy. Ken say what for flag bearer na I mean the over for now. Promote accountability. You are already halfway there. People already, you are almost synonymous to accountability and telling the truth and being honest. You are synonymous to that. So please, in this first year, we a vision, we are flag bearer. Do everything to publicly. This won't be very difficult for you because while we are a public person, monitor and report on progress through quarterly leadership accountability reports. Ken, creativity. Uber friend leadership accountability reports. Now Uber and quarterly. Men train my fini and day. Men train. But yen your money not different. This is what will let people really be glued to you because accountability in you. Be about men different, but all different based on the old system. Intimate fan say, when would you buy a car, 7.5 million means to train 1 year and a mecha, but I may can say, no, you change that whole shift. Yeah. Ain't in a perfect world. Now you can't see year one instead 2028 can any can year 2. Yeah, messages this obey say. You would then need to strengthen NPP's image by engaging all Ghanaians. Second year, idea was so no. Say a tia ya foul, say a bed train, Emma ya call Congress answer. Any Congress will say you can start because say a train now Congress, but say early cramp on next year. You have 3 years endorse, sir. Because you have to get people to that point that they are craving to go and vote for you. Not last minute door to door. No, we have all proved to ourselves to say Ghanaians have evolved from that foolishness. So please, I am asking politely, as a Ghanaian citizen, this has nothing to do with you and me domestically. Domestically, we are done. But this is political and me being a senior citizen. Okay. So year 2, Ken, you need to strengthen NPP's image by engaging all Ghanaians. Na yefi NPP no, ni also yama a kwatri ni a no. Na why in year 1. So see, I also only Ghana for engagement. 1, may say you will need to rebrand the image of NPP. It means it's a symbol. Me can't say it's a party colors, but you say me can rebranding na. Me make sure no, and then they say 1. It was who address public perceptions of arrogance or elitism within the party. Nia perception say what Ghana for, me NPP for. Perception I what Ghana for team about party no. Na what's sasa adrena and the mindset your free education now. I was a books be near there and infuse it into our curriculum. Emma Uncolano kind na omunya adrin sacrano. Who we are when you are engaging with Ghanaians, your mindset now was to best you are right. But point here so best son and they say, what most Ghanaians team know. There is a perception. Say mu ye arrogant. And amuna mu say mu ye clone, mu ye elite. This is a perception we all know. So you need to address this public perception of arrogance or elitism within the NPP to the entire Ghanaian population. You will also need to highlight Wankasa Kennedy Ajapong. Highlight your humble beginnings again. Start again. And I play a very important role in there because the Amebeka I stand by all of them. I'm still going to come and say your good side from that time that I knew you. Call it Stockholm syndrome or whatever the hell you want. That's still fine with me because Stockholm syndrome is a real disease, and if I've got it, so be it. I'll have to come and give awareness on it. So stay put. Right now, we and Ken will need to highlight his humble beginnings. He will also have to highlight his discipline. Odru yɛbɛba bɛka me ba ne deɛ no na yɛaka ne discipline baby ɛboro so baby a man yɛ human nti na mewɔ ha no ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ ma ne mpanish ne ba. There was a good in punishing, there was a bad in the level he went to yɛbɛka ɛno nti na wadi mu asɛm akyerɛ me a ɛdu sɛ mɛba bɛka ne papa no so mete ha nti ɛdu hɔ a yɛbɛka ne discipline no ɛyɛ imperative yɛbɛka yɛbɛ highlight it. And all the practical problem solution skills are Ken one. I was saw the back publicly to resonate with all the ordinary Ghanaians. Because any NPP funkwan a betuaba Ken any NPP funkwan. I will see any party back on so and for no amudo ba. In actual reality, they are not going to be able to all come and vote for you against whoever will be their flag bearer that time just because almost pay was who you are. But we can appeal and convince. Let the swing voters know that this man Mesa. Nyankopon na kwa no ya achiwacho. Na se amfadu dema, then people will come at you. So I appreciate that. I saw on Antwerp. I never came with malice. Yesterday night I was talking to someone who bought fuel, who filled my tank for me. I don't know if the person wants me to say it here, so I'm waiting for the person to come live and I can mention his name. The person is a diehard for Ken, so he bought fuel for me, and I was telling him that when I say I don't want anything from Ken, it's both from anger and also to prove a point that you can do so much. You can actually show you care for someone by not taking anything from the person, but doing what you're supposed to do for the person. I do. Many say I do. But what I say. So I am happy that it all happened. It's a great lesson. Most of his discipline worked miracles, and the portion that he shouldn't have, he's human. That's it. So am I. That's it. So especially bride, the humble beginnings, there is no better person to come and add. They are all cultured, they are all in. So we are going to do that. And also me bana me kan after the obi able say mami we say no kra obi aman sika do no senya me kan insanity like right. So yes, for such a time as this, but the end sa ankwa nkofa God tell me na epie they will crash it though. But I saw on God, I don't want 1 cent from Ken, so that what I'm saying will be real. I don't want anything. My child doesn't want anything, not because she's angry, but she also thinks, okay, this is actually to show to people that you can do it, no matter who your parents are, no matter what life throws at you, you can make it. It's just all lessons. So I said Ken should also use targeted media campaign to tell real stories of NPP achievement. Then he said, "Oh man, baby, I know yeah, as of next position." Second, I say about now, I say, "Look, yeah, Ken, what about can no 10 cents of Ken? A dear view." Into and now so say, "Maka ni enye ni na ba say am person mun think say ni na echi no so yeah ni oma yeah ni oma." To come from Ken, it will be loud. Now me see 2. Where year 2. Second thing he has to do in year 2, me say Ken will need to expand the NPP party base. He needs to expand it. Ken will need to launch an aggressive membership drive. Membership of NPP, no. We, yes, citizens, we members. Mr. Ken has to launch an aggressive membership drive, which will be targeting the youth. And it will also target women and urban professionals who were previously apathetic. Apathy he has to launch an aggressive membership, going to find these people, even having new people come to join NPP. Yeah? Or launches our aggressive membership here. Drive or targeting youth, women, and urban professionals who were apathetic. Then Ken will also have to introduce, he already has some youth idea, but let's say in Kaonibia, then he has to introduce mentorship programs for young NPP activists. They say, Akwana mi betwa na dabano, South African person. Any need dumb, because quite honestly, you have to be too matured like me to not look for the little things like no. It goes beyond that. Sacrificing for the party, but we're also generation, and it's very little. It's a very little thing. Ken, it's a very little thing. I said they are not looking for money necessarily. They just want to feel your energy, your presence, like they matter. Oh, people friend or catch them so in person, mommy, 1 second, mommy, see. It's so priceless. So do that. Especially activists who said Mavis, the politicians, this young, very small girl, or last minute, oh, I love her energy. And a kisu, and a jailed, all those, when you see the person is so aggressive, say, we'll call party back now, young boy, be a friend, okay, fantastic. Obisa, na kamyeman can party up jano, like Flagbearer man, oh, then it encourages their, but yeah, please consider this. Introducing mentorship programs for young NPP, but we're near the whole country, we're near all parties, make edu citizens, NPP activists to groom future leaders. Now, 3, you will need to champion anti-corruption efforts. You are known for that. You are known, say, what they are looking like there's no tomorrow. We cannot hear that with your governance. Yes, in year 2, Shishamaye who on manifesto say, hey, can see so no all be or championing anti-corruption efforts, and you will ensure transparency and accountability in all NPP-led institutions. You can't repeat the mistakes of your outgoings. Yes, I have faith in you on that side. Forget that you are not a good lobbyist. But this portion there, Pacho, ensure transparency and accountability in all NPP-led institutions. If it's a certain in Japan, or she will promote for to the rest of his life, he is cool. In this it should be so easy for him to establish this sort of transparency and accountability, not giving a damn. It's the picture number 2. Jerry Poye, and you will love it constitutionally. Oh, when you are better, you don't choose to one throw to a cells. Yeah. And again, you will also need to publicize. You need to publicize. You need to publicize investigations and prosecutions of Wankasa or party members who will be found guilty of corruption, so that you be showing no favoritism. And there, made me bani example crapa a pass mark. And I must say it's not good enough. And I was a portion. Kennedy a minister say, we are flag bearer. Me come and abbey. But you're also between a Caudiam and abbey. But no, in your constitution, but a jaw it may come and I say, your mouth official nordina. Me pacho use this stance to rebuild trust among delusioned voters. Voters in the Brian delusion. Use will stance as flag bearer. Now we campaigning ma obino. Who could ginas a for saying Aboso can crash a dump. What you say? So number 4 thing me we are similar. Yeah, flag bearer area no flag bearer akumpreko. Number 4 thing I was a woman wondering cost any say you have to pilot community development programs. Oh, 4 years answer. You have to pilot community development programs. You will have to work with wouldn't ins and out. But for the purposes of who say you can't say why work with private businesses. Work with private businesses to fund social interventions in health, education, and sanitation in underprivileged areas. Because vote if underprivileged areas more than urban. Rural areas. Toilets and baths. Same people may see you baby and toilet and baths. Same. Who back what is any and ram kind? Would you won't see hospital no cry? No more cry and to my brony Adi, your friend is saying curtains, mukra bear 12, mubesi 2 tenths. But doctor now wouldn't economy a night gene or they could diagnosing for anything. Pay that doctor a month's salary for a weekend. Drive the person there. Take care of these people. Diagnose them. Refer us. Then go village to village. You can do this. And some basic hospitals where there are none. No, just go there with the doctors. Take the brain there. Muhammad can't go to take the mountain to Muhammad. Ebimudia is very basic. Can I bring you a wheelchair spin jet ato ma CCI ya konkrasi ya catch. Ikromophone is one back about there will bridge. Let's do these things. Sanitation, toilets, bathrooms, sheda kaswa, kokaswa, station wall. Go and find a place. You don't need a big land because you can expand into the sky. Build the first toilets and baths that has an elevator. Do that in the most densely populated areas. And when you build these toilets and baths, please let it be free so that they will all rush there to give you their bowel movements which is going to equate into gas by putting a gas plant next to the sewer that's collecting this free bowel movement. But one cover now one can free. Na as the crow when you full urban can fire gas, not for supply them area for free. You are going to create jobs, you are going to create best sanitation facilities that is going to curb cholera, and you're also going to supply gas. But don't forget the grind on your toilet. Use solar so that forever lights on. These are the pilot programs for community development programs. So, publicize these initiatives as evidence of you and your party's ability to transform lives. Okay. Seroko, enya doctor Fonoroko, was a tent, was a caution for villages bi-weekly. Na camera sido. All your TV stations, one representative, so one person broadcasting on one platform for everybody to get it. We have to publicize this big time. Every social intervention, Seri a drive for diabetes, yawo free screening, enua aswa, area NHIS for renewal, yawo. It will cost you so little to do this social intervention for the locals in the villages. Education as a grown or any bunch of schools, your number of times your work with schools, well, come on, sanitary, BBI, your in case you toilet and bath nipples on this bobo, your commission. May have performances. Yeah, we have to publicize these initiatives so they will be evident to NPP funeral and especially the entire Ghanaian that NPP and can have the ability to transform lives. Then number 5, and the last thing for the second year, is that you can, as the flag bearer, you have to be consistent. All the regions where NPP underperformed in 2024. N region, Greater Accra region, and just for shaggy reasons that these next 2 regions are swing states, Central and Western. Listening to us or you're necessary. Then the last thing I am recommending you do in the year 2 is use neutral and empathic language. Ken, Miss Rao. And ya move try man try man try me dey fam no be da bi ye pocho. Ye pocho. Ya got about enjoy na ba the phone so. But use neutral and empathic language to appeal to voters' concerns and avoid blame games. Ken, me easy, but avoid blame games. Men bebo be adding nipa kro no economy ni say ya, and I nipa kro no reshuffling na, and I we see ye we no blame games. Ye nim ni na Ken. Nipa cho oye ye nim ni na Ken e chita for misramo. Se mo so mo ye campaign na. Ni ye ba be ka no obia nim ni na oye. Wo me ye nje. Na ye concentrate on the what next. We should avoid it. We should use neutral and empathic languages to appeal to voters, their concerns, and avoid the blame game. Say, what I can say, yeah, in 3rd year, it just said 2027, in Kadia May expect 22nd. You will have to now, in the 3rd year, 2027, you have to be building momentum and national appeal. Momentum, ugada, mark time. So then you will have to launch a nationwide restoration, nationwide restoration tour. Sa nationwide restoration tour, me say organize rallies and town halls across all 275 constituencies in your third year. You crashed. And don't wait for them to say you are the flag bearer because it would have eaten into time. So organize rallies and town halls meetings across all 275 constituencies to inspire hope, to restore faith in the party, and to outline clear policies that you have for 2020. Then you also have to focus on interacting with the women, and then most especially that time, no, you have to be focusing on interacting with first time voters who may have been neglected. Then you have to strengthen messaging with data driven campaigns. Here data driven. I feel we say nearby your family flag bearer grandma we say data driven. Adian ye fact check ya edem. Use data to identify key issues for each region and tailor your policies accordingly. Remember, one size fits all, then it can't be possible. I'm into the world to go to have a tree. So kindly make sure that you are using data to identify key issues for each region and tailor your policies accordingly. You will also have to invest heavily in media. Can we radio no new TV no revamp any necessary because why you cause some papa. One yama why you find very very porous. What about need I say more? So invest innovation and digital platforms to articulate how you, Kennedy Japan, how your leadership will address these issues. Then, number 3, we will need to, together with yourself and your supporters, we need to highlight your strengths. We need to brand you as a no-nonsense, results-driven leader with a track record of successes. Messi, ahana 10 cents of Kennedy Japan. We are branding him as who he is, but with finesse. We are branding Ken, who is the best form of who he is, as a no-nonsense, but results-driven leader who has a track record of successes in that field. Then we will use Ken's testimonials from beneficiaries of his initiatives, like let's say scholarships Ken has given, jobs Ken has given. How many times me and Paul Mekahuni because I'm not so I found Crawford say, what we need to humanize his image. Okay? Humanize your image. Say beneficiaries, beneficiaries of all your humanitarian initiatives or scholarships. And free Lebanon. and perform diarrhea and jobs are we creating a man for we need to humanize your image. We need video documentations, interviews of all these human beneficiaries. Then 4, Ken and his supporters. Dicey. We see at them and interest we will not counter narratives. Please, we are going to most definitely counter every single narrative. It's with decorum. That's what I'm saying. Decorum. We and Ken, we will have to counter opposition's narratives by anticipating that NDC's likely campaign strategies and develop proactive counter arguments. We have to anticipate what anybody is likely to campaign with or about when it comes to Ken. We have to anticipate it, all their strategies, so that we can develop a proactive counter argument, but then again, with decorum, with respect, straight to facts. Okay? Then we will also have to create a strong research team. Ken, you and your people, your team, you have to create a very strong research team to fact check and discredit opposition's propaganda while maintaining decorum. Then the last thing I am recommending you do in your 3rd year as flag bearer before the election is that you have to revive all dormant NPP members. Again, you need to revive them. Create a platform for disengaged party members to rejoin and actively participate in party's activities. Share board, engage them, involve them, give them something to do so they are part of it, those that are dormant. Then for the 3rd year, the last thing is recognize and reward loyal members who stayed with you and the party during tough times. Then, recognize and reward loyal members who stayed with you, particularly, and NPP Party as a whole during the tough times. Then the last thing I would recommend you do in year 4 is you have to be focused on execution and victory. In 2028, your focus to be how to execute and how to win. You will have to kickstart 2028 with an early campaign. Okay. Campaign being on the ground working before you come and talk to them campaign in the 4th year. Kickstart an early campaign. We have already seen you do that once. Officially launch your 2028 campaign in early 2028 with a massive event that will showcase unity and readiness. Unity and readiness. Then you will have to ensure that the campaign slogan you are going to use embodies hope, unity, and transformation. Maybe it should be just that. Hope, unity, and transformation. Maybe that should be your slogan. I don't know, but at least it should embody hope, unity, and transformation. Then 2, you will need to, in 2028, as you need to deploy grassroots mobilization strategies. HSA, you will need to train. HSA, ye delegate system if you and I if you want for different flag bearer, it's on your flag bearer, but send your bear polling stations and you will need to train polling station executives and volunteers to engage directly with voters through door-to-door campaign. And no, shall say January 2028. Then we will use community level meetings and influencers to boost voter turnout in NPP strongholds. Then the third thing you are recommended to do in 2028 before we go for elections is you have to focus on swing regions and urban areas. You will need to allocate resources to Greater Accra, Central and Western. Pocho. Resources now by allocating. My name should not be there. I will never meet with you, Ken. I will never take anything from you, Ken. But there will be people to deal with you for the Central region terrain. I'm just giving the ideas. I will work with them, but from afar. Allocate resources to Greater Accra, Central and Western regions, which are key to winning elections. These regions are key. Idruke poster, no ni question na. Shamani goya mo abrenti ba mo body sincesia. So you say good, so you kakrabo so no. So use relatable and solution-focused messaging to appeal to urban voters. Say allocate resources to Greater Accra, Central and Western. Because one where you key to Igbo win election, if we are use relatable and solution-focused messaging to appeal to your urban voters. Okay. Then the fourth thing you have to do in 2028 before election is intensify online and offline engagement. Intensify it. Hey, can I buy online? Hey, can you offline? Can you post TV? Do that. Your digitized world. Employ a tech savvy team. Nti one team na mu post here, mu church mu any insource the end. Employ a tech savvy team to dominate social media platforms with issue-based discussions. With issue-based discussions. This will be new to the terrain of politics in Ghana. But yes, starting where yes, mindset changing, paradigm shift. We na marry come Employ a tech-savvy team to dominate social media platforms with issue-based discussions. Create viral content that resonates with the youth and counters opposition's narratives effectively. Skits cry a bit you see. Then number 5, ensure free and fair primaries for parliamentary candidates. Ken, you, me can be manipulation and sure say we are good at that. So you are the best person to also block the loopholes. Make sure of that. Ensure free and fair primaries for parliamentary candidates. That is a delegate system in free one. Prevent acrimonious primaries by ensuring transparency in the selection of parliamentary candidates. Last one, prevent acrimonious primaries by ensuring transparency in the candidates with strong local appeal and proven track record only local appeal, it's the most senseless thing to opt for that person because the Kuruma for normal to mano. Oba bedi omuso, omu one ni omu pen locally. Can make sure so be. Then number 6. I think this is last but one. Number 6 in the 2028 and say beto abano. Ken, you as a flag bearer, monitor election preparedness. Invest in training polling agents and legal teams to ensure vigilance during voting and collation. Why I'm making. Then the last thing you have to do as a president of Ghana 2029, deliver a national vision speech. Okay. Deliver a national vision speech. You, Kennedy Japan, you should deliver a well anticipated, you can name it, final hope address. Target the final hope address. I would be my Ghana for you now. I be my baton a be kwa kotono. So our NPP. So diko baby for or bet one. You will have to deliver this final hope address to engage, to energize voters a week before the elections. The time in the year very prevalent, very eminent is what I mean. A week before make sure you deliver a final hope address and energize voters before the election. This speech should emphasize unity, solutions, and a prosperous Ghana under your leadership. But meaning say if you should implement this comprehensive guide you will effectively restructure NPP. You will be able to rebuild trust among members of the NPP and the entire Ghanaian population. And your position as becoming the president in 2028, 2029 would be almost inevitable. So thank you, all of you, for staying with me. Doing a live without insults, I'm sure, is pretty boring. But for us to practice decorum and force ourselves to have politics of intellects, I mean, I wouldn't want to go to war of wits with someone who is unarmed. And quite honestly, I don't know how much the insults have done. If anything, very little compared to having constructive and sensible, matured, solution-driven conversations. So thank you all. Have a wonderful 24th of December. I'll definitely be back. I have some programs to attend to. So I'm going for my green and red, and then I'll see you when I come back.